Yo, what's up, guys? Why not be reckless? aka Why Not Be Caster, one of the HCS commentators, analysts, and grassroots content creators. And today we have another HCS report where we're gonna do power rankings actually, and we're gonna go again and find out who are the top 5 players power ranked in the game right now. So that means we will base it off of the LAN performance a little bit, but because we're talking about the present, there hasn't been any LAN events within the last week or so. We're going to be heavily influenced by online, and that includes scrims because we also haven't had any online tournaments that have included the top teams in the league right now. So we'll talk about exactly what we did last time. So last time we had Renegade, Frosty, Legend, Last Shot, Lucid, and some honorable mentions at the bottom. We had Renegade largely based on his performance on Arlington, and then on top of that, he was also really good at scrims. We had Frosty up there because for some reason, y'all done forgot that before the grand finals, Frosty was the leader as far as MVP in the entire tournament. I don't know how people forgot about it. I'm like, bro, I was watching the whole tournament, and Frosty looked like he was going to run away with MVP, and Renegade was in second until that grand finals. We had Legend in third based on not only the damage that he dealt as far as KD and then pure damage dealt as a stat, but also the responsibility he had on the objective side as well. And the same thing for Last Shot. Heavy damage and so much objective time out of him. And then we also had Lucid. Lucid leading up to Arlington was largely the reason why SSG were even as good as they were. I feel like Lucid was definitely that shining light, damage dealt, kills, a little bit of objective himself. I just felt like Lucid was absolutely incredible. Same thing with Stellar, and I think there's some real promise within the SSG roster. So we went with Lucid as our number 5 pick because we didn't want to just pick 5 players from Shopify and Optic. We had to mix in just a little bit. So let's go through some of the scrims that's happened over the last week and see if maybe we'll see any changes going into this. I believe we covered SSG versus. No, we didn't cover that one actually. This was on the 8th, so we didn't cover. We're gonna start here. We're gonna start here with Optic versus FaZe. Obviously, Optic, number 1 team in Arlington. They actually won the event. FaZe sitting at what, number 3, number 4, the top 3, top 4 team in the world. Would love to see them actually make a grand finals, but this right here was a big win for Optic. 11-4 against one of your leading competitors, making it deep into a tournament. Huge win for Optic Gaming. And take a look at the stats, and once again, kind of the same thing we saw before, where Renegade leading the kills department doesn't always lead in the damage dealt. It's really important. I feel like they're winning, like for some reason, their winning formula is Renegade slaying the most, but not having the most damage. Like, he's at his best when he's just actively listening and finding those weakened players and making sure he's always keeping Optic's numbers, capitalize on the damage that his teammates are able to put down. And mind you, could win a pivot to himself. Formal actually coming out with the most damage in the lobby. You actually don't see that much. You don't see that much in scrims out of Formal over the course of 11, 12 to 15 games. And then Legend was secondary in slays, tertiary in the damage dealing department. Love that out of him. I'm gonna take a look at the objective stats as well. Can't just ignore objective. Bound pretty damn good as the oddball carrier. Legend doing actually the most oddball carrying time. Shout out to Legend. So secondaries and slays and the most oddball time. Something to keep in the back of the mind. As far as flag carrying time, very similar. So again, secondary in slays has it whenever they had a standoff, he had it for the most time as far as flag stands off, 38 seconds total. He's a fast flag runner, so you don't be holding it for that long. Most steals as well. So again, same kind of thing we talked about Legend before. A lot of people were mad that had Legend on the list, but I'm like, bro, his responsibility as not only a secondary slayer, but also in the objective department, I feel like you can't ignore that. And then same thing at King of the Hill. Dude, Legend again. Bro, Legend, like almost as much as his teammates combined. Like, people were mad at me for putting Legend in the top 5, but I'm like, bro, you guys are only looking at slays. And mind you, slays are important. Damage is important, but it doesn't tell a full story, dude. Legend is absolutely incredible. The only thing he didn't lead in the objective department was in strongholds. That was slightly in favor of Formal and Renegade. But every other objective statistical category in this scrimmage specifically, Legend was flying. So we'll keep that in the back of our mind, on top of the fact that Renegade led in kills and Formal led in damage. So let's see. Let's jump into another. Oh, actually, you know what? Hold on. I gotta at least look at FaZe. Even though FaZe did ultimately lose this scrim, I do want to pay attention to the kills and damage. So slightly in favor of Trippy, but honestly pretty well balanced across the board as far as kills. I like the assist for Suppress. So Suppress not only doing it in the kills department, but also in the assist department as well. Pretty good if you ask me. So I just want to keep that in the back of my mind for that FaZe roster. Meanwhile, SSG versus FaZe. What are we looking at here? Another FaZe scrim. SSG looking really good right now, by the way. Over the last few scrims, apparently SSG been doing their thing. We'll talk about that a little bit more. But on the SSG side of things, it's the same thing. Same thing. Lucid and Stellar are flying in the kills. Lucid and Stellar are doing their damn thing in the kills. Damage as well. Love to see that. Great assist across the board. We keep talking about Space Station Gaming getting better and better. These are great assists across the board here for Space Station Gaming. I'll take a look at the objective. Snakebite leading all most of that oddball carrying time. Lucid not far behind us. So Lucid not only doing it in the kills and damage, but also in the objective. Snakebite and Eco doing most of that flag carrying time. Not really too surprised there with the way that Stellar and Lucid have been doing damage and getting kills. If I'm Eco and Snakebite, I'm taking more of that objective role to really kind of free them up if possible. It doesn't always end up that way, but that would be my primary role, was to try to get the objective out of their hands and let them do what they do. And we kind of see the same thing here with King of the Hill. Mostly Snakebite here doing the thing, the objective. And same thing for Strongholds. So I mean, I wait when I see it balanced like that, where I see like two players doing kills for the most part, two players doing objective for the most part, I usually kind of lean more towards the kills department a little bit. And I think it's pretty evenly matched between Lucid and Stellar. A slight edge to Lucid both in the kills, the assist, and the damage department. As much as I would love to move Stellar into that top 5 slot, it looks like right now Lucid may be holding it down, but again, we'll see. So let's see. Shopify Rebellion 14-0 against Incognito. Damn. Wow. We'll take a quick peek at that. I'm not going to put too much into it. I feel like even though Incognito are fantastic, they're not, they're not SSG, they're not Optic, but we will mention Incognito in a big way real soon. Last shot, good God, bro. It's crazy to me that people were mad that I had last shot in the top 5. Bro, look at this. 290 kills, 85,000, almost 86,000 damage. Like, how are you mad that I had last shot in the top 5? Mind you, he was doing objective as well, too. Like, he was, look at this. He's secondary in oddball time. He's first in the flag cap time. 11 steals. Like, bro, like, people were mad at me. I'm like, you're mad at me if I have the last shot in my top 5? I had last shot as my #1 player going into Arlington. Get mad at that, brother. if you're mad that I had last shot in my top 5, get mad that I have him as my #1 player in Arlington, bro. And Optic versus Incognito. I don't know what happened here, bro. Dude. When I saw this, I was like, yo, we got to watch out for Incognito, which, by the way, going as Omit, my fault. Congratulations. I'm sorry. No, that's Hust's team. Never mind. They're not, the rumor is they're going to be going by Envy soon. That's the rumor. Hust's team is now with Omit. We'll do a video about that probably tomorrow, probably. But yeah, Optic versus Incognito. Renegade once again topping kills, but not topping damage. It's actually Formal once again with that max damage being put out. Love to see that. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Descendant Precision, very similar. Like, it's almost similar to how SSG are kind of formed. Is this Incognito roster? You have Descendant and Precision playing that like Stellar and Lucid role, most kills, most damage, and you have Piggy and Jackson playing kind of like that Snakebite and Eco role, where great support players to their slayers, but also willing to take the brunt of the objective. Something that I've kind of noticed about with this Incognito roster that has seemingly come out of nowhere. They won the qualifier going into DreamHack. What do we have? Shopify versus SSG. So again, actually not again. World 2. It's laying out. Once again, last shot doing big in the kills, assist, and the damage department. But worth mentioning that World 2 was fantastic. I felt like World 2 was kind of a snub out of my top 5 list. I feel like if I was doing a top 5 for Arlington, World 2 would have definitely been on there. But it was like top 5 for Arlington and what happened afterwards too. So and World 2 just online. World 2 is not. World 2 is great online. He's like I feel like he's great online. He's elite on LAN. Like when World 2's on LAN, he's elite. So it's like really tough. But I mean, the fact that he was able to play online and still put up these type of numbers, that's insane. Huge KD out of him. Meanwhile, SSG, yeah, it's like when Lucid and Stellar aren't both flying in the kills department, SSG are struggling. I mean, big kills, by the way, out of Stellar. We'll give him a shout out. Good damage, good kills. Ultimately, on you got slaughtered in 16 games. Like, let's be honest here. You got freaking slaughtered. Did SSG, but the shining light is that Stellar was really good. Take that with a grain of salt. And I think those are gonna be all the stats we go over when it comes. When it comes to our top 5. And with that being said, I like moving last shot up. And again, if I'm basing it just on Arlington, I don't know if I even put, I mean, Arlington, he wasn't bad at Arlington. He definitely wasn't bad at Arlington whatsoever. But I feel like so far he's been really good. Before Arlington and post Arlington, he's been even better than at Arlington, even though he wasn't bad at Arlington. I'm ready to move last shot up a bit, and I'm thinking at least to the top 2. I like having Renegade and Legend still on the list. I think we've seen enough where we can move somebody new into the top 5. Even though I like Frosty's gameplay a lot, I think we can move somebody else into the top 5. And I think it has to be an Optic or SSG member. Or it has to be Optic or Shopify Rebellion member. I think it has to be. I mean, Shopify have been shutting teams out. They've been shutting teams freaking out, man. Who's it gonna be here? They haven't scrimmed that much. They scrimmed Incognito. If we're gonna take a player off of Shopify, but I think it has to be a player. Yeah. Let's see. Let's open up these two. I don't like Optic tying with Incognito in scrims, and not even a slight towards Incognito, but like the way I'm looking at it is like the day before Shopify Rebellion 14-0'd them. The day afterwards, you tie like Optic tie with them. If Optic and Shopify Rebellion are going to be like in the same tier, you would want Optic to like put something similar to a 14-0, even though that's crazy. Incognito are absolutely nasty. Let's see. We have last shot. Honestly, kind of even across the board here. I mean, do we put? I love what. Honestly, I think when it's this close between Psycho, Frosty, and World 2, I think we can go back to the stats from Arlington and give a slight edge to World 2. I know it's supposed to be top 5 right now, but I feel like World 2 got snubbed out of our top 5. I think right now we could make a good argument. We could put Stellar into the top 5 slot. Honestly, I think both of them are really good. I like the fact that in this matchup against Shopify, Stellar really was that standout player with 281 kills. That to me matters. So I think we can move Stellar into the top 5. I think we can move Stellar into the top 5. I think I like what I saw from last shot a lot. Like, dude, are we freaking kidding me, bro? Like, 290 kills, 86,000 damage. I love what I've seen from last shot. And right now, Shopify doesn't look better than Optic right now. I think we can make an argument that we do something like this. But I also like Formal too, bro. I don't want to do 5 players just from Shopify, and I liked Formal's damage. Dude, Formal was very sneaky with the damage. Formal was very sneaky with the damage, bro. But I feel like do we take that away from Rent? Let's see. Let's look up Optic stats, I guess. Let's look up Optic stats and see what we. I like this right here, but I don't like the fact that we don't have Formal on the list. That's the only thing I don't like, is not having Formal. Let's open up some Optic scrims. 1, 2, and sure, we'll do the Cloud9 one. Formal most damage. Formal most damage. Formal slightly most damage there. So I'm saying like something like that has to be respected. But Renegade's been the leading Slayer. So what do we put more stats into, the damage stats or the kill stats? What's more important? Like no matter what, somebody's getting snubbed in this list. Do we just move Stellar out and put Formal in? I feel like the easiest thing for me to do is to move Stellar out and put Formal in. That's the easiest thing for me to do, but I also feel like, bro, how do we have a top 5 list with only 2 freaking teams in it? And that's what you've been doing better. It's tough, man. This is freaking tough. Hefset's equally important in my opinion. There's only 2 contenders. I know, but this is top 5 in the game, bro. Like the easiest decision would be to slide Stellar out. Damn, man. I think we're doing it. This right here just makes sense to me, bro. This right here just makes sense to me. I don't like it. Lucid not even, he's in the honorable mentions. He's not even in the top 5. Why would they move Lucid out? Well, yeah. I think that's what we're going with. I mean, I think that's what we're going with. And honestly, you can make a good argument. We can mix and match these teams. Honestly, we can mix and match it. And you can make an argument that Formal's damage puts him here, Legends Objective and Slays puts him here, and then Renegade put like you like between 2 to 4. You can make a good argument. We could just mix this all around, and to me, it makes sense. I feel like the way I'm thinking about it is, Renegade was MVP at Arlington. He keeps his top 2 spot. I think I like Formal's damage, but again, I think people don't realize that Legend has a lot of responsibility on his hands. We're in the kills and the objective department. That's why I want Legend like in the mix, and then Formal top 4. But we really could mix this up, and I'd be fine with it. And yeah, I like World 2 in there. I think World 2 got snubbed on our last list, so I want to make sure I put him in. I don't mind putting both Lucid and Stellar in the honorable mentions. If anything, I think Stellar comes first based on his performance in that last scrim. Honestly, you know what I really want to do, bro? Like, dude, what I really want to do is give Incognito some freaking love, bro. I almost want to give Precision a honorable mention. Not even joking. I think Precision was so good in that tournament. I almost want to give Precision an honorable mention. Like, like he was so good in that tournament, man. Like, do we just give Precision a shout out? Like, if I was just looking at this right here, Optic versus Incognito, and it was a tie series, boom, we put Precision in honorable mentions for sure. The only thing that keeps Precision out of the honorable mentions is that Shopify Bun get 14-0'd them. Which, is that his fault? No. Like, it's not one person's fault that you got 14-0'd. It's just hard for me to... It's hard for me to put anybody on in an honorable mention when you just got 14-0'd. That's my only problem. Like, if this scrim didn't exist, I would put Precision in the honorable mention automatically. I think what Incognito have done, and again out of nowhere, has been incredible. Like, dude, winning the qualifier, they were not the favorites. Nobody even knew they were a team. Nobody even knew they were a team. You know what? Let's make some people mad. Let's make some people mad. He was on complexity at this point. He's going honorable mentions. I don't even care. I don't even care. I could look at the FaZe matches to see if anybody deserves an honorable mention on FaZe. I mean, I don't. This last week has been tough for FaZe. So, like, I'm not giving anything for free to FaZe. Like you get 3-11 against SSG, 4-11 versus Optic. Like, so far, this week has been tough for FaZe. Unless it's like an extreme outlier. Actually, Penguin was doing his thing. Suppressed and I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think this was a tough week for FaZe, which is not the end of the world. I think they go into Arlington. I'm sorry, to Dallas. Everything's in Texas. Damn it. I think going to Dallas, they'll be fine. I think FaZe are gonna be fine. I think sometimes, like, if you're not Shopify or Optic, you're gonna have a bad week or so. I'm not putting too much into that. But yeah, I think FaZe had a tough week. Incognito getting love and no honorable mentions from FaZe is wild, bro. They had a bad week. This power ranking is week after week. If you have a bad week, you're out of the list. Frosty was number 2 on my list last week. He's not even on the top 5 on this list. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? We're dealing with facts and numbers, bro. Okay? We're not dealing with feelings. You want me to coddle your feelings? Come over here and I'll cuddle you. We're talking about facts and numbers. Didn't FaZe take 4 off of Optic recently? Why the hell would I even care about that? All right, congratulations. Oh, congratulations. You took 4 off of Optic. You know who took 7 off of them? Incognito. The same team that you don't want me to highlight took 7 off of them out of 14. Oh, I'm so happy they took 4. I'm so happy FaZe took 4 off of Optic when Incognito took 7 off of them, but you don't want me to give Precision a shout out. I'm pissed now. Ladies and gentlemen, that's your video. That's your power ranking video. Let me know in the comments down below how much you hate me. In number 1 spot, we have Last Shot. Again, I think his damage has been crazy and his kills have been great. His assist, he's doing objective. He's literally doing it all. And I love Swiss Army Knife players. Renegade, great so far after Arlington, but I think his MVP performance Arlington kind of carries over. Gotta put Renegade up there still. Legend, again, same kind of his Last Shot, like secondary in kills, decent in damage, but also a lot of objective responsibility on his hands. Formal has been a damage dealer for this squad. Even not leading in kills and assists, but leading almost every scrim that we saw in damage. And Royal 2, who has been consistently great. I loved what he did at Arlington as well. He got snubbed out of the top 5 and even an honorable mention at afterwards. So this is me definitely giving some respect because his KD has been crazy. He even has some great damage himself as well. I think Royal 2 has been absolutely fantastic. So we had to slip him into the top 5. And then we have some honorable mentions: Stellar, Precision, and I kept Lucid up there. I think some of the scrims, Lucid and Stellar, were definitely great. There was one scrim where Stellar in the kills department was incredible and kind of a little bit above everybody else, at least in the kills department. So I wanted to make sure we kept Stellar in there. Wanted to give a shout out to Precision, winning that qualifier, taking 7 games off of Optic, and just being that leading main slayer for the crew. Love that. And then, like I said, I would love to put a FaZe member into the top, into the honorable mentions, but sadly, they just had a bad week. Which again, it's not me. It's not like I'm gonna say, oh, FaZe is gonna have a bad Dell. It's like, no, sometimes you have a bad week in scrims. You hit the drawing board, you come back better than ever. This could be a good thing for FaZe, if anything. But that is your top 5. Let me know in the comments down below how much you hate me, just like you did in the last one. And I'll catch y'all later. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Peace out.